Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and this is yet another episode. This is your girl CC for real, and woo, subscribe to my channel before we continue. And if you are new here, but today's topic is rather an interesting one as we discuss about how your progress is not loved by them. Yes, and actually today we're going to look at how little progress actually makes the jealous people come out, is actually exposes people's spirits and how somebody feels towards you. So actually, when you look at it in this way, you have observed, probably if you've been in this world for a long time, that anytime there is a slight elevation or a slight change positively that God has done in your life, people will always show up. People will always try to show what they have been hiding all this time. And this is very disturbing to somebody who is a kind person or somebody who has a good heart. This is usually a very disturbing news. This is usually something very shocking because most people or most of us are not really or were not really equipped to handle jealousy in people's eyes, because the hearts that we had or have are good hearts. So we tend to think that people are also the same, but they're not really. And sometimes I'd like to believe that sometimes God usually gives us just a small portion of elevation to show us the true hearts of people who are around us, and the true hearts of how just people think about us generally. Just some small elevation. A small elevation can look like you getting a new job, because maybe you've been complaining that, the job that I was in was not really cutting it, was not really paying my bills, and this and that. And then you find yourself getting a new job, and this new job is well paying. This new job is really the vibe. And you find that people again are not happy, but these people are comforting you when you were down, when you were complaining about how this job was draining you. They were really comforting you, and they were really there for you. But when it is time for celebration, you are really shocked what is happening. And this is usually God's way of trying to show you that really the people around you do not really have the heart that you thought they had. Yes, they were with you in the down times, but in the up times is actually where you should be opening your eyes to know who is there clapping for you, and in what manner are they clapping for you. And we look at this depiction in the Bible when we look at King Saul and David. When King Saul was still in power and David was coming right up after he had killed Goliath. Remember, there's this time David did wonders. David killed many people, and this time King Saul still had not considered David a threat as such. But you remember when David killed those many people, and even Saul participated. People sang that song of Saul has killed thousands, but David has killed tens of thousands, and it became a song. And that is when something grew in Saul's heart, and that is when Saul started looking at David in a different kind of way. He started giving David the side eye, if you know what I mean. And that is when something grew in Saul to the point of wanting David dead. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what happens in our lives. The Bible usually gives us stories of things that happen in our real lives, and these are things that happen when you suddenly lose that weight. You start seeing people, you thought people are going to clap for you, you thought people are going to really be happy with your weight loss, but people start making funny comments, and people start isolating themselves from you, because you thought you losing that weight you're going to be accepted. But in all sincerity, they start isolating you because you start looking good, you start looking your best self, and people suddenly just can't handle it. And it's not just weight loss. Maybe you suddenly wanting to upgrade your children to a better life or a new school. You start seeing people acting different, like, oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she has the money now. She can afford to take her children to this school. You suddenly find the marriage of your dreams, the man and the woman of your dreams, and you you start realizing that, oh, this, like, why are these people behaving kind of quite differently from the way they used to, and it becomes a shocking thing to you because you thought everybody had the same heart of you thought that everybody around you was progressive. It's not everybody around you who's progressive. And in my own personal life, I like to give personal examples. I remember I had this friend some time back, and I was things were going on for me, and not really big things, but my life was just popping in the smallest ways, in the cute little ways, like God was being God for me at that time. And I remember just telling my friend, I think I want to level up because I've been, at that time I was very, very extra spiritual, and I kind of had abandoned this whole femininity and stuff. So at that time I was really feeling myself, and I felt like, I think it's time to bring that girl on. It's time to bring that confident girl back on. And I think it's just good to incorporate the confidence girl and the Christian girly in a mix, because I was really focused on the Christian journey, and I felt like, okay, now I think it's time to bring back that groove on. And I was sharing with my friend because at that time I had already started implementing positive changes on my appearance and things to do with that nature. And I shared with my girl, like, I think it's time for me to go back to that and upgrade myself and things of that nature. And I remember the instant change on her face. Like, this is just an idea that I'm sharing. It's not even something that is, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just an idea that I was trying to vocalize, and I saw her face change immediately, and I was like, huh, what? And I was like, I think I want to do more makeup. I think I want to do more hair. I think I just want to invest more in myself. And she just changed her face, and her whole demeanor was just turned aggressive, if you know what I mean. And I was like, what? I thought this is something, I just couldn't believe it. And long story short, she started distancing herself from me. And this is one thing that, let me tell you, progress will do. Not everybody wants to level up. That is one thing I learned. And I learned that sometimes in all these changes that we want to make for ourselves, to ourselves, even if they are as positive as they are, even if they are positive even to the people around us, even if they're going to benefit them, I realize that not everybody is going to be happy. Not everybody is going to even be happy that you are trying to change the community that they are in. Not everybody is happy that you are trying to build a borehole in a desert to produce water for the people who are starving. Not everybody is just going to be happy about that. And in a way, I learned that it was God's way of trying to show me the heart of the people that were around me at that time. So with that said, I hope you ladies and gentlemen are going to catch the lesson, because even gentlemen, you know what happens when you start to build a business. This thing happens even to you see the aggressiveness from your friends when you get that beautiful woman and stuff like that. So kindly subscribe to my channel, follow, like, share.